Have you ever wished you could make your dreams come true just by thinking about them? Well, there's a method that can change your life completely. It's not about doing special tricks or casting magic spells. It's about becoming the person who already has what you want. This powerful idea comes from a man named Neville Goddard, and it's been helping people get what they want for decades. Imagine your mind is like a mirror. Whatever you show it, it reflects back to you in your life. If you think you can't do something, the mirror shows you a world where you can't. But if you believe you can, the mirror starts to show you a world where you can. This is the heart of Goddard's teaching. He said that your outer world is just a reflection of your inner world. Now you might be thinking, so what? How does this help me? Well, here's the thing. If you don't change how you think and feel inside, your life won't change on the outside. It's like trying to see a different reflection in the mirror without changing your pose. It just won't work. But if you can change what's happening inside you, your whole world can transform. Let's break this down a bit more. Everything you see around you, your job, your relationships, your money situation, it all started as a thought or feeling inside you. Maybe you didn't realize it at the time, but your beliefs and expectations shaped all of it. That's why some people seem to have all the luck, while others struggle. It's not about luck at all. It's about what's going on in their minds. Think about it like this. If you believe deep down that you're not good with money, you might avoid opportunities to earn more. You might overspend or undersave without realizing it. And then, guess what? You end up not having much money. But it's not because you're unlucky. It's because your inner belief made you act in ways that created that result. But here's the exciting part. If your thoughts can create your current reality, they can also create a new one. That's where Goddard's teachings come in. He showed people how to use their minds to create the life they want. And the best part? Anyone can do it. You don't need special skills or lots of money. You just need to learn how to use your mind in a new way. So what exactly did Goddard teach? His main idea was simple but powerful. He said that to get what you want, you need to imagine that you already have it. Not just think about it, but really feel it as if it's already true. This might sound a bit strange at first, but stick with me. It's actually a game changer when you understand how to do it right. You see, Goddard believed that your imagination is the most powerful tool you have. He said, it's the way you connect with the bigger universe around you. When you imagine something vividly with real feeling, you're not just daydreaming. You're actually starting to create that reality. It's like planting a seed in the garden of your life. Now, you might have heard of other manifestation methods before. Maybe you've tried vision boards or repeating affirmations. Those can be helpful, but Goddard's approach is different. He doesn't just want you to think positive thoughts. He wants you to completely immerse yourself in the feeling of already having what you want. It's like method acting, but for your whole life. Goddard called this living from the end. It means living as if your desire has already come true. If you want a new job, you don't just think about getting it. You imagine how you'd feel waking up on your first day. You think about what you'd wear, how you'd act, what you'd say to your new colleagues. You make it so real in your mind that your body actually responds as if it's happening. This might sound too simple to be true, but there's a reason it works. When you live from the end, you start to change how you think and act in small ways. You might stand a little taller, speak more confidently, or notice opportunities you would have missed before. These small changes can lead to big results over time. There's even some science that backs this up. Our brains have something called the reticular activating system, RAS. It's like a filter that decides what information to pay attention to. When you focus intensely on something, your RAS starts to notice things related to it. So when you live, As if your desire is already true, you start to notice opportunities and ideas that can help make it a reality. Let's break this down into steps. First, you need to get clear on what you want. Be specific. Instead of just wanting more money, think about exactly how much you want and what you do with it. Next, you create a scene in your mind that shows this desire as already fulfilled. Make it as vivid and detailed as possible. But here's the crucial part. You need to feel it. Feel the joy, the relief, the excitement of having your desire come true. Goddard said that feeling is the secret. It's not enough to just visualize. You need to generate the emotion as if it's really happening. This is what tells your subconscious mind that this is your new reality. Now, this might feel strange at first. That's okay. Like any new skill, it takes practice. Goddard recommended doing this imagination exercise every day, especially right before you fall asleep. He said that your subconscious mind is most receptive when you're in that drowsy state between waking and sleeping. One thing to remember is that this isn't a one-time thing. You need to be persistent. Just like watering a plant, you need to nurture your imagined reality regularly. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results right away. Sometimes changes happen gradually, and you might not notice them at first. Of course, you might have doubts. That's normal. When negative thoughts come up, don't fight them. Instead, gently return to your imagined scene. Feel that feeling of having what you want. Over time, this new way of thinking will become more natural, and the doubts will fade. To help you understand how this works, let's look at some real-life examples. There was a man who wanted to move to a new city but didn't have the money. Instead of worrying about it, he started imagining himself already living there. He'd imagine walking down specific streets, working in his dream job, making new friends. Within a few months, he got a job offer in that exact city with a salary that made the move possible. Another example is a woman who wanted to find her soulmate. She didn't just imagine any relationship. She imagined specific conversations, shared laughter, even the feeling of wearing a wedding ring. She focused on these scenes every night before sleep. Within a year, she met someone who matched her imagination almost exactly. These stories show that Goddard's method can work for all kinds of desires, big and small. It's not just about material things. It can help with relationships, personal growth, career success, and more. One important thing to remember is that while you're doing this, you need to let go of how it will happen. Goddard taught that your job is to imagine the end result, not to figure out how to get there. In fact, trying to control the how can actually slow things down. Trust that if you can imagine it, there's a way for it to happen. Now, this doesn't mean you should just sit around and wait for things to magically appear. Your actions should align with your imagined reality. If you're imagining yourself as a successful business owner, start acting like one. Make decisions as if you're already successful. This isn't pretending. It's aligning yourself with your desired reality. You might face obstacles along the way. Maybe things don't happen as quickly as you'd like, or unexpected challenges come up. Goddard taught that these are actually opportunities. They're chances to strengthen your belief and show that you're committed to your new reality. When obstacles appear, go back to your imagined scene. Feel the reality of your desire even more strongly. The role of gratitude. Gratitude plays a big part in this process too. Goddard said that feeling grateful for what you want even before you have it is powerful. It's like telling the universe, yes, this is what I want and I'm thankful for it. This attitude of gratitude can speed up the manifestation process. One of the most powerful aspects of Goddard's teaching is how it changes your self-image. As you practice living from the end, you start to see yourself differently. You become the kind of person who has what you want. This shift in self-image can lead to big changes in your life, often in unexpected ways. What's really interesting is how this can create a ripple effect in your life. As you start to manifest one desire, you might find other areas of your life improving too. It's like your whole vibration shifts, attracting more positive experiences across the board. While focusing on what you want is important, Goddard also taught the value of accepting your current reality. This might sound contradictory, but it's actually a powerful combination. By accepting where you are now, you release resistance. This makes it easier for your desires to manifest. Goddard also taught a technique called revision. This involves imagining past events differently. If something didn't go well, you imagine it going perfectly in your mind. This isn't about denying reality. It's about changing your emotional response to past events, which can change how you approach similar situations in the future. As you practice Goddard's methods, you might find that certain techniques work better for you than others. That's perfectly fine. Some people find it easier to imagine scenes, while others prefer to write them down. Some like to use physical props to make their imagined reality feel more real. The key is to find what works best for you. Consistency is crucial in this process. It's better to spend a few minutes each day on your imagination exercise than to do a long session once a week. Make it a part of your daily routine, like brushing your teeth. Over time, it will become second nature. One of the biggest challenges people face when trying this method is impatience. We live in a world of instant gratification, and waiting for our desires to manifest can be frustrating. Remember, though, that sometimes the timing of manifestation is perfect, even if it doesn't match our preferred schedule. Trust the process and keep focusing on the feeling of your desire fulfilled. While Goddard emphasized the power of imagination, he also acknowledged the importance of inspired action. As you live from the end, you might feel nudges to do certain things. Maybe you'll feel compelled to take a different route to work or to strike up a conversation with a stranger. Follow these impulses. They're often the universe guiding you towards your desire. Goddard often talked about maintaining a positive mental diet. This means being mindful of the thoughts you entertain throughout the day. Just as you watch what you eat to stay healthy, you need to watch what thoughts you feed your mind. Focus on thoughts that align with your desires and gently redirect negative ones. Your words are also powerful in this process. Goddard taught that your inner conversations shape your reality. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself and others. Are your words aligned with your desires? If not, start changing your speech to match your imagined reality. Speak as if what you want is already true. As you start to change your inner world, you might face skepticism from others. Remember, they can't see the changes happening inside you. Don't let their doubts shake your faith. In fact, Goddard advised not to talk about your imaginal acts with others unless they're fully supportive. Self-love is a crucial part of this process. If you don't believe you deserve good things, it will be hard to manifest them. Spend time appreciating yourself. Acknowledge your good qualities. Treat yourself with kindness. As your self-love grows, you'll find it easier to accept the good things coming into your life. You might have multiple desires you want to manifest. That's okay. Goddard suggested focusing on one main desire at a time, but you can have several ongoing imaginal acts. Just make sure they don't contradict each other. All your desires should create a harmonious picture of your ideal life. Paradoxically, one of the most powerful things you can do after imagining your desire is to let it go. This doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that it's on its way. After your imagination session, Go about your day knowing that the universe is working on your behalf. As you practice this method, start paying attention to signs that your desire is manifesting. These could be small coincidences, unexpected opportunities, or changes in how people treat you. Acknowledging these signs with gratitude can speed up the manifestation process. Sometimes, things might seem to be going in the opposite direction of your desire. Don't be discouraged. Goddard taught that these apparent setbacks are often part of the bridge of incidents leading to your desire. Keep your faith strong and return to your imaginal act. While focusing on your desire is important, don't forget to live in and appreciate the present moment. Goddard's teachings are not about escaping reality, but about consciously creating it. Enjoy your journey and trust that your desire is unfolding in perfect timing. As you continue with this practice, you'll find that it becomes a natural part of your life. You'll start to approach all situations with the knowledge that you can shape your reality. This can lead to a sense of empowerment and peace, knowing that you're not at the mercy of external circumstances. Remember, using Goddard's methods is an ongoing journey. As you manifest one desire, you'll likely discover new ones. That's part of the joy of life, continuous growth and expansion. Embrace this process and enjoy the unfolding of your dreams. Let's dive deeper into how your inner world shapes your outer reality. Think of your mind as a powerful projector and the world around you as a giant screen. Whatever thoughts, beliefs, and feelings you project internally will show up on the screen of your life. This isn't just positive thinking. It's about recognizing the direct connection between your inner state and your external experiences. Your thoughts are like seeds you plant in the garden of your mind. Just as a tomato seed grows into a tomato plant, a thought of lack grows into experiences of scarcity, while thoughts of abundance create prosperous circumstances. This doesn't mean that every fleeting thought instantly manifests, but your dominant thought patterns and beliefs shape your reality over time. While thoughts are important, emotions are the real power behind manifestation. Neville Goddard often said, "Feeling is the secret." When you combine a clear mental image with strong positive emotions, you create a potent force for change. It's like adding fuel to the engine of your desires. The more real and vivid you can make the feeling of having your desire, the faster it tends to manifest. So how can you apply this in your everyday life? Start by becoming aware of your habitual thoughts and feelings. Notice how you react to situations, what you say to yourself when facing challenges, and how you feel about your goals and dreams. This awareness is the first step to making changes. Once you're aware of your thoughts, you can start to change them. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, gently redirect your mind to a more positive perspective. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'll never get that promotion," try shifting to, "I'm becoming more qualified for that position every day." It might feel artificial at first, but with practice, it becomes natural. Consistency is key in reshaping your inner world. It's like working out. You won't see results after just one session at the gym. But if you consistently exercise your mind with positive thoughts and feelings, you'll start to see changes in your outer world. Make it a daily practice to consciously choose thoughts that align with your desires. Living from the end is perhaps the most crucial concept in Neville Goddard's teachings. It means mentally and emotionally living as if your desire has already been fulfilled. Instead of hoping for something to happen in the future, you experience it as a present reality in your imagination. This shifts your entire vibration and aligns you with the frequency of your desire. To live from the end, create a vivid mental scene that implies your desire has been fulfilled. Make it as detailed and realistic as possible. If you want a new job, imagine yourself sitting at your new desk, interacting with colleagues, or receiving congratulations. The key is to make it feel real to your senses. See the details, hear the sounds, feel the textures. As you create this mental scene, fully engage your emotions. Feel the joy, satisfaction, or relief of having your desire fulfilled. This emotional component is crucial. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one, especially when strong emotions are involved. Living from the end isn't a one-time exercise. It requires persistence. Goddard recommended repeating your imaginal scene regularly, especially before sleep. As you drift off, your subconscious mind is more receptive to new impressions. Make this a nightly routine, falling asleep with the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Living from the end extends beyond your imagination sessions. Start making decisions and taking actions as if your desire is already true. If you're manifesting financial abundance, make choices that align with that reality. This doesn't mean being reckless, but rather adopting the mindset and habits of someone in that position. You might face moments where your current reality contradicts your imagined state. This is normal. When doubts arise, gently return to your imagined scene. Remind yourself that your current circumstances are the result of past thinking, and your new state will manifest in divine timing. Neville Goddard believed that imagination is the God force operating within you. It's not mere fantasy or daydreaming, but a real creative power. When you imagine something vividly, you're actually shaping the substance of your reality. This is why developing a strong, controlled imagination is crucial to manifesting your desires. Like any skill, your imagination can be strengthened with practice. Start with simple exercises. For instance, try to visualize a familiar object in detail. An apple, for example. See its color, shape, and texture. Imagine biting into it, tasting its flavor. As you get better at this, move on to more complex scenes related to your desires. When using your imagination, engage all your senses. Don't just see your desired reality, hear it, feel it, smell it, taste it. The more senses you involve, the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind. If you're imagining your dream home, feel the texture of the furniture, hear the sounds of nature outside, smell the aroma of your favorite meal cooking in the kitchen. Your imagination shapes not just your external reality, but also your self-concept. By consistently imagining yourself as the person you want to be, you gradually become that person. This internal shift is often the key to manifesting external changes. Imagine yourself confident, successful, loved, and watch how your behavior and circumstances start to align with this new self-image. Just as positive imagination can create wonderful changes, negative imagination can reinforce unwanted situations. Be aware of how you might be using your imagination negatively, worrying about the future, replaying past mistakes, or imagining worst-case scenarios. When you catch yourself doing this, consciously redirect your imagination to more positive scenes. As you practice using your imagination, you might notice synchronicities or small changes in your daily life that align with your imagined reality. Pay attention to these. They're often signs that your imaginal acts are starting to manifest. Acknowledge them with gratitude, as this reinforces the process. Besides manifesting desires, your imagination is a powerful tool for problem solving. When faced with a challenge, use your imagination to visualize various solutions. Often, the answer will come to you in a flash of insight. This is your imagination tapping into a higher wisdom. Remember to keep a sense of playfulness in your imaginative work. Approach it with joy and excitement, like a child playing make-believe. This light-hearted attitude can actually make your imaginal acts more effective, as it removes the desperation or anxiety that can sometimes block manifestation. Persistence and faith are the pillars that support your manifestation efforts. Neville Goddard often emphasized that you must maintain unwavering faith in your imaginal acts even when your physical senses tell you otherwise. This faith is not blind optimism, but a deep knowing that what you've imagined must come to pass. One of the challenges in maintaining faith is dealing with the gap between your imaginal act and its physical manifestation. Remember, there's often a time lag between the inner change and its outer expression. This is where persistence comes in. Keep living in the end state, knowing that the universe is rearranging itself to match your new vibration. Doubts are natural, especially when you're first starting this practice. When doubts arise, don't fight them or feel guilty. Instead, gently return to your imagined scene. Reaffirm the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Over time, this becomes easier and your faith grows stronger. Persistence doesn't mean obsessing over your desire or constantly checking for results. It means consistently returning to the state of living from the end, regardless of external circumstances. Make it a daily practice, like brushing your teeth. The key is to do it regularly without strain or anxiety. A positive mindset is crucial for maintaining persistence and faith. Surround yourself with uplifting influences, books, podcasts, supportive friends. Regularly practice gratitude for what you already have. This creates a fertile ground for your desires to manifest. Trust is a big part of this journey. Trust that if you can imagine it, it can happen. Trust that the universe knows the perfect timing and the perfect way to bring your desires to fruition. This trust allows you to relax into the process, which ironically often speeds up manifestation. One common mistake is constantly thinking about the absence of what you want. For example, if you're trying to manifest financial abundance, focusing on your current lack of money only reinforces that state. Instead, shift your focus to the abundance you're creating. How to avoid. Whenever you catch yourself thinking about what you don't have, immediately switch to imagining what you do want. Feel the gratitude and joy of having it now, even if just in your imagination. Sometimes, sharing your manifestation goals with others can invite negativity or doubt. Not everyone understands this process, and their skepticism can shake your faith. How to avoid. Keep your imaginal acts private until you feel strong and secure in them. Share only with those who are supportive and understanding of your journey. Many people get caught up in trying to figure out exactly how their desire will manifest. This can actually limit the universe's ability to bring you what you want in unexpected and wonderful ways. How to avoid. Focus on the end result and the feeling of having your desire fulfilled. Let go of the need to control the process. Trust that the how will unfold naturally. Manifesting isn't a one-time event. It requires consistent practice and alignment with your desired state. How to avoid? Set a regular schedule for your imaginal acts. Make it a daily habit, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Consistency is key. It's easy to get discouraged when your current circumstances don't match your desired reality. But remember, your present situation is the result of past thinking. How to avoid. When faced with contradictory circumstances, remind yourself that change is happening, even if you can't see it yet. Reaffirm your imaginal scene and the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Sarah had been unemployed for months and was feeling desperate. She learned about Goddard's techniques and decided to apply them. Every night, she imagined herself in her dream job, feeling the satisfaction of doing work she loved. She imagined the details, her desk, her colleagues, even the view from her office window. Within weeks, she got a call for an interview at a company she hadn't even applied to. The job turned out to be exactly what she had been imagining. John had been struggling with a chronic health condition for years. He started using Goddard's method, imagining himself completely healthy and active. He would visualize himself running in the park, something he hadn't been able to do in years. He persisted with this image, feeling the joy and freedom of perfect health. Gradually, his condition began to improve. His doctors were amazed at his progress, and within a year, he was indeed running in the park. Emma had been single for a long time and longed for a loving partnership. She began imagining herself in a happy, fulfilling relationship. She focused on the feelings of love, companionship, and shared laughter. She imagined simple moments like cooking dinner together or taking walks hand in hand. A few months later, she met someone at a friend's gathering. As their relationship developed, she was amazed at how closely it matched what she had been imagining. Mark had a small business that was struggling. Instead of worrying about bills, he started imagining his business thriving. He visualized a full appointment book, satisfied customers, and a healthy bank balance. He felt the relief and excitement of running a successful business. Within months, he got an idea for a new service that took off unexpectedly. His business grew rapidly, matching and even exceeding what he had imagined. Lisa and Tom had been trying to buy their dream home for years, but always fell short financially. They started using Goddard's techniques, imagining themselves living in their perfect home. They visualized every detail, the layout, the garden, the neighborhood. They felt the joy of making it their own. Unexpectedly, they were offered an opportunity to buy a house that matched their vision at a price they could afford. The seller, a family friend, had specifically thought of them for this home. Neville Goddard's teachings offer a powerful approach to manifesting your desires and shaping your reality. By understanding that your inner world creates your outer world, living from the end, harnessing the power of imagination, and maintaining persistence and faith, you can transform your life in remarkable ways. Remember, this is not about forcing change through sheer will, but about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with your desires. It's about recognizing the creative power within you and using it consciously. As you embark on this journey, be patient with yourself. Like any skill, this takes practice. There may be challenges and moments of doubt, but these are opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. The real beauty of Goddard's teachings is that they empower you to take control of your life. You're not at the mercy of external circumstances, you're the creator of your reality. This realization can bring a profound sense of peace and excitement about life's possibilities. Start small if you need to. Practice with minor manifestations to build your confidence. As you see results, you'll naturally expand to bigger goals. And always remember to enjoy the journey. The process of becoming the person who has your desires is often just as rewarding as achieving the desire itself. Your imagination is the gateway to infinite possibilities. Use it wisely, use it often, and watch as your life transforms in beautiful and unexpected ways. The power to create the life you dream of is within you. It always has been. Now, armed with these teachings, you can begin to use that power consciously and deliberately. So, what will you create? The canvas of your life awaits your imaginative touch. Dream big, believe deeply, and watch the magic unfold.